Michael Irvin joining us. Mike, how are you today?
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers if you're telling me that I got a quarterback without and not knowing my system. I'm taking Tom Brady if you're giving me the quarterback and his system. That's just what I would do.
But Russell Wilson, I think you could put him in Green Bay system or New England system, and he would still be able to lead you on a 2-minute drive.
Yeah, there's no doubt Russell Wilson is incredible. But Aaron Rodgers is everything just from a quarterback standpoint. I call him God's gift to the quarterback position. This dude here is incredible, man. And that's why, Dan, you see some of the teams like this year, the Minnesota Vikings, even my Dallas Cowboys. And this year, it's open for everybody because Aaron Rodgers is not out there stopping everybody. It's just a different season without Aaron Rodgers.
What did you make of that shootout? Did it say more about the Texans and Deshaun Watson or Seattle and Russell Wilson, or Seattle's lack of defense there at home against a rookie quarterback?
I think it all says so much about Deshaun Watson, and I've been talking about that all year. Just when you see somebody take his college team going to back-to-back championship games, playing that professional team that plays at the college level called Alabama, and do what he did against that team, you knew that kid had something special in him. Dabo Swinney tried to tell us.
Yeah, I know.
This is the Michael Jordan of football. So I've been throwing that around on TV. I call him Deshaun Michael Jordan Watson. You know what I'm saying? Because and he's been incredible, man. I don't not only like watching him play, I like watching how his teammates act around him. I told Jerry Jones about that. I said during the preseason, stop watching the games. Games don't even matter. Watch how people act towards the young guys on the sideline. That'll tell you if that young rookie should be playing.
I agree. It's a great point, and I noticed that early with Deshaun Watson, and I saw that in the New England game where you could tell they were following him, and that's what you want with a team, to follow your leader. Michael, you can see him every Sunday, NFL Game Day morning at 9 Eastern. Thursday Night Football this week, Bills and the Jets exclusively on NFL Network. What'd you take away from the Cowboys game?
It sounded like a crazy game when you first got it put on the map. But now, look at that game, you're like, wow, this is a pretty good game right here now.
I love what the Bills do. There's nothing special. There's no marquee names, but you know that they're not giving up. They never quit. They play hard, and it's sort of fun to watch that. It's a little different blueprint there than we're used to seeing with NFL teams.
Yeah, it is fun watching it, too. You don't know how they get it done. Sometimes you look back and say, well, Tyrod Taylor only threw for this many yards, that many yards. But they get it done, man. And LaShawn McCoy, I ran into him in the off-season down in Miami. We grabbed something to eat together over at Prime 112, and where he was talking. I mean, he was talking about the kind of season he was ready to have, man. He's such a little competitor, and he is having that season. So I like what I see in Buffalo. In New York, the Jets. I mean, the Jets are running New York right now over New York, over the Giants right now. And this was supposed to be a tanking season. This football thing, it is the most unpredictable, even though my job is to predict, and I am the best in the business at doing it when it comes to perpetuating what's about to happen on the football field. But it's the most unpredictable, insane, great thing in the world. It's just been great.
Mike, I have a pet peeve when it comes to analysts when they talk about Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys. When he doesn't play well, somehow the off-the-field issues are bothering him. But when he plays well, apparently the off-the-field issues aren't bothering him. So the last 2 weeks, not bothering him, but then prior to that, they were bothering him. Can we stop with that? Because this is a guy who today may be suspended for 6 games, and he had an unbelievable game against Washington.
But they're bothering him, Dan. They're affecting the situation. Now, after a certain place, what becomes difficult is for the Cowboys. Hey, your back's against the wall. Every game now has to be a playoff game. That was a playoff game yesterday.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, it's just like I tell people. You know, when I'm playing, they said, "Man, you're fearless going across." I said, "Shut up! I'm not a psychopath. I'm scared." Fear. Courage doesn't say that I had no fear. Courage says I had an ability to overcome fear. Okay, now you're going through issues, and he's going through issues, and it's bothering him. It's bothering everybody on that football team. But at some point, the issue they're having in front of them, they have another issue bigger than that issue. Yeah, this is a huge situation with Ezekiel Elliott. But if you don't win this game, your season's basically over anyway. So here comes another huge situation. So now you're in these must-win situations. So you put down the one issue to face the other issue. And right now, their backs are against the wall basically the rest of this season because of the start that they've had and the start that Philadelphia has gotten.
Are you bought into the Eagles?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. God, yes. Now, without Peters, that's a big miss right there. And I saw yesterday they beat the 49ers without him. And I only say that because I bring my experience into my job, and I think about when we lost Eric Williams. That's why we ended up losing the 94 championship game, because that one player can be that important to the football team. When I wanted to get my line ready, I didn't go up and down the whole line. I went to Eric Williams, so you get the butt ready, and he got them ready. Now, is Peters that guy? I didn't see it yesterday, but it'll show up against better teams if he is that guy. Because without Eric, it didn't show up against some teams, but it showed up in that 94 championship game against San Francisco.
It's Michael Irvin, the playmaker, joining us. Thursday Night Football, the Bills and the Jets. Did the Texans overreact to Bob McNair's comments?
I don't think so. I mean, when it came down, and it sounded, and that's all you heard, was like it was from your owner towards the players.
But did he misspeak? Can you give him any leeway, even if he said the expression is the inmates running the asylum, and he said the inmates running the prison? Is there any leeway? And even if he says the inmates are running the asylum, is it still that offensive that you're going to take a knee, and who knows how this, whatever the fallout is with the Texans?
Well, here's what we like doing. We like to be able to determine how offensive things should be to other people, which I think is impossible for us to do.
True.
Since all of that plays off each person's individual experience through life. So we're like, that shouldn't be that offensive to you. That shouldn't be that offensive to you. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Would that be offensive to you, though, Mike?
The person has walked. What?
Would it be offensive to you?
Oh, yes, it would be.
If somebody said the inmates are running the asylum,
yes,
that would be
it would be offensive.
Okay.
Yes, it would be offensive, and it should have been offensive to them. Now, the owners come backing up now, Dan, and put context to this here, because he's backing up now, saying that I was saying that about the people.
No, I know that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So now he's backing up, but now also, Dan, also, obviously, there's been other issues from what I've gathered with Bob in there, I guess, and things that people have thought and he said. So not that I have total understanding of it all, but I understood that they had, I guess, of one player holding out because of, which I thought was crazy, what he called his political views, the owner's political views, which blows my mind, and that's a little bit too crazy. But yes, that would have offended me coming from my owner.
Did you see this story with Zach Miller? They're trying to save his leg after breaking it yesterday in New Orleans.
Oh my God, that was. I felt so bad for him, and it's amazing that we've seen, amazing in a sad way that we've seen this two times in such a short time, because we watch Hayward go through it with the Celtics and then turn around and see that again yesterday. It was just, it was very sad. You just start praying for the person and his family and all that they'll experience.
Any other teams we should keep an eye on? Give me one that we should keep an eye on here, for good or bad, that you being the great prognosticator, that in, let's say, a month from now, I'm going to go, yeah, Michael Irvin was right.
A great seer is what they call it in the Bible.
Okay, great seer.
A great seer. Okay. That's that old spiritual term. Now, I played Frankenstein yesterday and had to come up with a team that could rise from the dead, even though I knew there was some sand still on the coffin yesterday because that team was playing the New England Patriots. But, man, why do San Diego does this every year? They'll start out slow, and then they'll just start rising up. You say, wow, I don't know if you want to play that team. San Diego's looking like that team right now. I don't know if you want to play that team now. I mean, it'll be hard for them to continue to crawl back in this thing, because you got to come through the AFC, which I think is much more difficult than coming through the NFC.
They do stupid things, though, Mike. The Chargers beat themselves. I mean,
but they scare you. They scare you all the time. It's supposed to be an easy game, but it's never an easy game, especially once they get going. I'm telling you, man, watch those Chargers, man, especially with them boys up front coming, Bosa, and them boys the way he rushed that pass. Bosa a bad boy.
Oh, that's a good pass rush. Your Miami Hurricanes have Virginia Tech, then Notre Dame. How did you do against Notre Dame?
Please, Dan. What do you mean?
I just,
come on, man.
How'd you do?
I did great against everybody.
No, that's not true, Mike.
Dan, wait a minute.
That's not true.
Dan,
Mike.
Notre Dame, I've never lost a game to Notre Dame. The Florida States, the Floridas, all those guys, I beat them all the time.
Okay. I apologize.
That's just what I'm saying. Right?
No, all right, I got it. All right. All right. That's all. I just asked the questions, Mike. I didn't know.
And I just gave the answer. You know what I mean? I gave it to you like a TIST is, Dan. Just the truth, the gospel, Dan. That's all I spell.
Mike, it's always great to talk to you. The great seer, Michael Irvin.
The great seer.
Yeah.
All right, D.
All right, Mike. That's Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer, NFL Network analyst. He won 3 Super Bowls, and you did.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.